Hello Gemini Nation, welcome to your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Hope all is genuinely well. This may be a reading that may resonate with you if you have Gemini in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dominant in your chart, 7th house placement, or if you happen to be cross-watching for a Gemini. You might find some information in this reading that may resonate for you. Keep a few things in mind as you listen to this reading, Gemini. It's a general reading, so this means that the reading will resonate differently for everyone. The roles can be reversed, and sometimes it may take a while for the reading to play out in order for it to resonate. It may not resonate initially because it hasn't had a chance to occur. So even though I'm calling this a 7-day forecast, be patient with the process. For others of you, I'm not speaking to you at all. It's not your reading. So I encourage you to have the discretion and the discernment to figure that out right away. But above all else, Gemini Nation, please don't make any rash decisions or jump to any type of conclusions based on what you hear from a general reading. Lastly, Gemini, this reading is going to touch on some topics that you might feel are sensitive. If you're not here for that, you're not here for the sensitive material, please click off this reading. Others of you who are ready to roll with me, let's dive right into these channeled messages. If you'd rather bypass this part of the video and go straight to the reading, the timestamp for where the reading begins can be found below. San Diego, zodiac sign of Leo, deadbeat husband, come as you are, cash tag / air tag, elementary school, Tennessee, tune, chevron, the name Gary, weirdo following me in the store, Stewart, 6 miles, campsite or composite, the initials MJ, cyber security, upper respiratory infection, cancer treatment options / kidney cancer, the names Marilyn or Merlin, Monica, Oreo, hot air balloon, sky, food truck, slow the F down, run for your life, mysterious car with high beams on, when a woman's fed up. The name Janet, Hands, Turbo, Vitiligo, Randy, and George. Gemini, the letter Q could hold some type of relevance in your situation. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for the Gemini Nation. Gemini. Gemini, some of you are dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Disguise. Let's see what this is about. There's a Scorpio as well in this reading. Let's see what's going on. Holy Spirit, show me what's going on for the Gemini Nation. Winter's End, regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. It seems like Gemini Nation, a cross-watcher, something's coming to an end. Whatever is getting ready to come to an end, it looks like it's bringing you a rebirth. It's giving you another chance, possibly another lease on life. There's something that maybe you're concerned about. Maybe you're worried about something coming to an end. And it seems like there's a positive outcome to something that actually is coming to an end. The crossing energy is acceptance. It seems like maybe there's some resistance accepting that something needs to come to an end. Or this is someone around you. It seems like the issue this week is that maybe there's an issue with change. Maybe there's someone that you're dealing with, possibly a Capricorn, and this could be your child's father, or this could be your own father. This could be something that's happening around you if it's not going on directly in your life, though, Gemini, but you've got someone in your situation, a family member, whomever this is. It seems like there's someone that you wish would change. And it seems like it's the fact that someone does not want to make any real lasting change is causing you to feel sad. It seems like you've been very patient. For some of you, this has something to do with a partnership. It could be with a business partnership, but I feel like this might have something to do with a romantic relationship. Let's see what's going on with the Gemini Nation, Holy Spirit. Gemini, okay. So there's an Aquarius, Prince of Swords. Then I mentioned Scorpio. You have the Death card right beneath that. So maybe something is coming to an end with you and your brother. Maybe this is a same-sex relationship, possibly. Somebody's been struggling. We're going to see what this is about, Gemini. What is somebody struggling with? We got 7 of Swords. This might be a friend of yours, whomever. Somebody is struggling and might be at a crossroads with something in their life. Gemini. Okay, this is starting to make more and more sense as soon as I part the deck. Karmic relationship and temptation with the 7 of Swords. This is something that's coming to an end. This is something that someone is having a difficult time accepting. Is that something needs to end. I think this could be an end to a living situation. It could be an end of a lease. End of some type of contract. It could be a work contract for some of you Geminis. Yeah, it looks like something is coming to an end because someone is unhappy. And the reason that someone is unhappy is because somebody's keeping their options open. And it looks like someone is having an affair. The problem here is that if this is your reading, Gemini, whether or not this is a past tense situation or this is something that is ongoing in your life or something that's getting ready to play out. Again, listen to this with an open mind. But it does feel like there's an issue in your relationship. And it seems like somebody is overanalyzing something, some type of problem in your relationship. It seems like somebody's not doing anything about it. The issue is some type of past betrayal. I think it has something to do with what someone is saying. I think somebody, yeah, it's a change issue. Somebody's attacking you verbally is what this feels like, Gemini or cross watcher. That's what this is feeling like. Somebody is constantly targeting you. There's a Libra. So this King of Swords, could it be another air sign, a Libra, or this could be you, Gemini? I think maybe other people might see what's going on. Other people might be witnessing your fighting. But it looks like somebody wants out of this situation because it looks like there's a trust issue. There's a lot of tension and confusion in your household. It looks like you got people coming and going. People that don't have any type of direction. I don't know, maybe you will live in a crowded household or you got a lot of people in your house, in and out of your home. What's going on with Gemini? Yeah, it just seems like the atmosphere at your home is unhappy and a bit chaotic. And somebody's stepping out. Possibly has a whole bunch of people feeling confused. Somebody has involved a lot of different people in your relationship, Gemini. And again, it seems like the central issue is that something is not being discussed. Somebody's not doing anything about it. So it just seems like someone is trying to escape. Trying to escape from some type of situation. They've been struggling in some type of way. It looks like, what is the struggle about? Because it looks like, yeah, some of you are in some type of partnership, but you're suspicious of the person that you're with. It seems like you feel like they're up to something. For some of you, I think you're in an abusive relationship. And I think you're with someone who's bringing you down. I think for some of you, the source of your arguments has something to do with money. Because it looks like somebody picking fights with you over money, over finances. And it could be this, who I feel is a Scorpio. But this could be a Pisces or Cancer. And we also have Aries. This could be a Pisces, Aries cusp for some of you. But it just seems like somebody is looking for a way out. but it seems like it's a financial burden. It's a financial issue. And who is looking to leave, it looks like, is a Leo. So it could be that you're parting ways with a Leo. So Leo is highly featured in this situation. Yeah, somebody's throwing jabs at you. Didn't I say somebody's abusive? Verbally, but also physically. So I think this is the week, Gemini Nation, where you put your foot down and you make a firm decision on what it is that you want to do. Discovery. So if this is not something that you've come across, you haven't gotten any actual tangible receipts about what's going on. 7 of Swords. You see this bird here? There's some type of snitch, an informant. Some information is getting back to you, okay? Because for some reason, Gemini, I just kind of get the feel that information is circulating. I think you're giving somebody the silent treatment, Gemini, at this moment. Or in the past you have. Yeah. Something is very confusing for you. Didn't I say Leo? They have somebody else. They have a second option that's waiting for them to leave, possibly. And they feel like this second option is something better. So yeah, it looks like somebody is thinking about leaving for someone else. It seems like there's some partial truths being told in this situation. Somebody's not being completely honest. Let's see what's really going on. Okay, so it's evident here that there's some type of cheating. I definitely see some sneaky behavior. I see someone on the outside of the relationship, a mistress. I think somebody's been struggling with their feelings and emotions about something. It seems like it's about the acceptance, like we talked about. It seems like you're not sure if you're overthinking what's going on, but you're not. There's someone on the outside of this relationship that's trying to seduce your partner. And there's definitely some manipulation that's going on in this situation. And somebody in this situation feels entitled to cheat because, let's make it clear, Gemini. Okay, so this looks like somebody is either stepping out or thinking about stepping out. And like I said, this is the week that you're discovering the truth. I think that you've given your loyalty to someone, Gemini or cross-watcher. There are certain things about this individual that maybe you wish would change, but you're feeling like it's unlikely that they're going to make any changes. So I think that somebody is leaving. And for you, even though, acceptance is the crossing energy, accepting the truth might be difficult for you, but this feels like this is you going in the right direction. Either this is you, Gemini, or this is you, cross-watcher. And I think that's what the 7 of Swords is about. It's about this karmic relationship. And it seems like I said, there's an informant or there's some type of information, rumor or whatever that gets back to you. I think it's your intuition. You've been feeling it all along. Let go is right beneath that. Like this is the week where you let go of something. Yep, obstacle. I'm trying to tell you, other people know about what's going on. Other people may have witnessed something, but I feel like this is some type of obstacle in your relationship. Your instinct has been chiming in on you. See, this is like the Lover's card and the Devil card. So it seems like this person started off good, and lately it just seemed like something really changed within this person. You're seeing the shadow side of them. Yeah, this looks like this is a complete 180. Yeah, this is Gemini. This could be a Gemini to Gemini relationship. There's somebody in this situation, Gemini, Yeah, it just seems like you're leaving something behind, or somebody's putting somebody out. But then I'm also seeing a situation where somebody is thinking about maybe returning, reconciling with someone. Because there's a reconciliation, communal living. Yeah, you might be reconciling with somebody that you live with. No, this looks like this is people around you that are nosy. You might feel watched by certain individuals, Gemini. That's for somebody. I don't know who that's for. Let's see. So it looks like somebody is returning to the situation. You're writing something, Gemini. Maybe some of you are writers. I see somebody coming back. Got something going on with your solar plexus, your root chakra, Gemini. Circles. Are you going in circles with someone? Circles. Clarity brings in the eye of the storm. Okay. I think somebody is circling back. So this is someone that you did let go of. For some of you, this is a child. So maybe you're having some issues with your child. There's some type of commotion going on in your household where you live having to do with children. Or this is adults fighting like children. It just seems like somebody is coming back, trusting tricksters. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe Gemini or Crosswatcher, you've been someone that has just been very gullible. You might feel very trusting. Somebody that gives the benefit of the doubt. And it's been people that have tricked you in some type of way. Have had bad motives in some type of way, Gemini. So I think that this is something that maybe your guys are trying to get you to look out for. You do have someone coming back, love, indifference. Yeah, for some of you, I do think this is, you're having some type of an issue with someone. Let's see, your spirit guides are saying, don't look back. You're not going that way. So this is some type of like rear view mirror type of situation. Somebody is coming back, but I think your guides are trying to get you to think twice about this in some instances, Gemini. Let's see, what is this about? Repair and forgiveness. Making amends. Hurt blocks our light. Someone's coming back to make amends with you. I've been saying it, Gemini. I said it in the last reading. You have some type of a heart issue, like an irregular heartbeat or whatever. Heart valve replacement. I don't know. You might be having some type of a surgery. What is going on? Yeah, this is somebody that might be in the military. Or you live near the ocean or whatever. This might be a Marine. It looks like there's an obstacle possibly between you and a child. A child that might feel manipulated. You got a child that I feel is in survival mode. For some of you, you might have a kid that's been struggling lately. It's like a young adult. Observer. For some of you, this is a kid that's observing what's going on. Like I said, maybe your fights are so loud that other people, that's what's causing them to be so nosy. You getting glasses, Gemini? Maybe getting some contacts. You might have a cat. What's going on? Random side note, do you write poetry, Gemini? Are you dealing with someone who does? This was like a poetry, a song, a poet, a songwriter. Yeah, you do have a cat, it looks like. This is who we're talking about. You got a kid that I feel might be a young adult. Wanderer. It just seems like there's a kid that might be struggling, aimless, and maybe a little bit uncertain of themselves. And a kid, yeah, this feels like this is a kid that struggles to feel good enough. Radical self-love. This feels like this is a kid that's in need of some type of guidance. And I wanted to say Capricorn all of a sudden, even though I know I'm reading for Gemini. It's a kid that's been struggling possibly with some situations that they feel are absolutely unfair to them. They might be feeling defeated at the moment, but I kind of feel like this is, since I talked about arguing, some type of disrespect. Either this is a child witnessing this, or this is what's going on directly between you and your kid. Somebody always has something to say. This is a parent that might be putting down a child or putting down a sibling. This might be a child that might be witnessing. They might be a child that's in on the fact that there's a third party. Could be a kid that might feel like they're kind of stuck in between, like pitted against in a particular situation. They don't want to have to choose between either parent or both parents. Critical judgment. This is sounding a lot like the Taurus reading. But like I mentioned, Taurus is highlighted in this reading. Some of you might be dealing with a Taurus Gemini. Create boundaries. So I think that's the issue with this particular person. Blow off some steam. I said that your household or whatever situation, it seems like things are tense. So it just seems like someone in this situation might need some time to blow off some steam. There's a birthday that might be significant to you this month. But yes, it feels like somebody is blowing off some steam. There's silence between you and whomever this is, a family member. It looks like somebody's coming home. I think you've been missing someone, Gemini, or cross-watcher. Someone's coming home. For some of you, this is your children. Some of you could be in separation from your kids due to some type of breakup. Maybe you've been traveling. Maybe you've gone on a vacation or whatever. And it just seems like something is bringing someone back. But yeah, this whole thing about I've been struggling lately, it seems like one of your children or whomever this is might be going through some growing pains. Maybe you're observing something. Maybe this is something that you're picking up with your kid, that maybe they're going through some type of emotional pain. Somebody's returning home. Maybe you're feeling homesick. Somebody's feeling homesick, Gemini or cross-watcher. Somebody's coming back. Or maybe this is you. Maybe, like I said, you might feel like you want to go on vacation. You're just wanting to get away. Maybe you're going out of town. Or this is somebody coming to your town, it feels like, Gemini. Forgiveness comes right back out. It looks like this week, Gemini Nation, somebody wants forgiveness about a past situation. Somebody is hopeful, Gemini Nation, that you'll open up your heart. Maybe for some type of communication or dialogue to take place between you and this individual. Yeah, let it go. Gemini Nation, I think somebody wants you to let it go. You're letting something go. You're seeing this situation accurately. Promise you, Gemini Nation or cross-watcher, this week, about something that you're seeing, you're observing something, you're seeing this situation accurately. You're seeing that somebody is genuinely struggling with something. I think somebody, like I said before, is struggling with self-love. This could be some self-forgiveness. It could even be. But yeah, you're seeing this situation accurately. I think this might be some type of red flag that might be going on with your kid. Free yourself. Yes, you are reconciling with children, with a child that might be coming to visit, or somebody's coming to see you, Gemini. And yeah, free yourself of some type of burden or whatever this happens to be. What are you freeing yourself of? I think you're freeing yourself of, what is Gemini freeing themselves of? Confusion. Okay, it just seems like there's something that needs to be discussed, and somebody's kind of giving up on the situation. And it just seems like somebody feels like they can't bring something to you, Gemini or cross-watcher, to talk to you about something, but they're actively gathering in groups and talking to other people about something, but they're leaving you out of the situation, leaving you out of the loop. So it just seems like nothing gets resolved. But this week, it seems like Gemini Nation or cross-watcher, there may be a need for a heart-to-heart conversation. Don't look back. You're not going that way. Yeah, this has something to do with the past. Somebody wants you to let go of the past. Whatever happened in the past, it seems like somebody might be struggling with some level of guilt about what played out. And somebody is looking for forgiveness. Yeah, I see it now. Wars and battles. It just seems like there's been a tug of war, or there's been a situation where somebody's like struggling for dominance in a particular situation, wanting to be heard. This week, Gemini Nation, I think someone is deciding to choose peace. Maybe they're taking the high road or whatever, or maybe you might happen to be. It just seems like something might erupt in your situation this week, Gemini Nation, and it just seems like it may be time to move forward. Some of you, it looks like somebody wants to move forward past an old situation. Or for some of you, like I said, you feel like it's time to leave a situation. I feel like somebody might be leaving your life. Strength of vulnerability. This is definitely somebody taking up an issue with someone being emotionally available. Because it seems like that's what somebody is struggling with being, that's what I feel is the struggle. Being emotionally available, strength of vulnerability. It feels like somebody wished that someone would be open, not so closed off, not so much of a bully, not so much of a liar with something here, because I promise you somebody is. And it seems like somebody wishes that someone would change. So even though Gemini Nation or crosswatcher, you might feel that it's unlikely that somebody will change, yeah, when it comes to their feelings or emotions or whatever, it just seems like somebody's not talking about how they feel. Instead, they put up a boundary. And it seems like it's creating more of a trust issue. Some of you, the issue that your kid might be struggling with, or somebody around you, is it feels like somebody wants to come out of the closet. Like somebody could have an issue with their sexuality. Maybe they're feeling a bit confused. And like having some type of identity issue. And maybe that's something that they want to talk to you about. Gemini. Some of you might be having an issue with work. Okay, I don't know if there's something going on with your work situation for some of you. Some of you, it just seems like you want to free yourself from a work situation because your work environment is toxic. Or, you know, some unethical individuals. You have other opportunities that I feel are coming in this week, Gemini Nation, about money. Okay, there's some type of money matter. Government. You owe the government some money, possibly. Let's see what's really going on. Because I think you might be in some type of debt, Gemini. Because it looks like you're unhappy with some situation in your life. It's your home life, I feel. That might be why you're moving. I think some of you Geminis, it might be this neighbor situation like I was talking about. That might be something that's driving you to move. You're tired of dealing with nosy people. Some of you, you're moving because of a breakup. You're moving because you feel like you're not with the right person. Somebody looking for you, Gemini? Or this is you possibly looking for a new place, crossing the threshold. I think you're house hunting, apartment hunting. I think money has been an issue. Why am I hearing the name Alex? The name Alex might hold some type of relevance. I think this is the week where you start hunting, though. A house hunting, apartment hunting. It just seems like you got some negativity going on around you, Gemini. Let's see what this is about. What's really going on, Gemini? I just know that there's something that you want. Something that you're trying to manifest. I promise you, you must have some type of musical talent, or you're connected to someone that does. Give in to passion. We talked about temptation. I think somebody is tempted to give in to some type of passion, but I think this might have something to do with your work. There might be some confusion about where you're living. Like I said, there's people in your household. In some situations where you're going one way, they're going the other way. Things are scattered. Nobody really knows what's going on from day to day. It just seems like your household is a confusing place to be right now. And it really does seem like there's something that you're wanting to manifest. And I'm trying to see what's going on. It might be a money situation, because it feels like that's where there's a situation of lack. Gemini, I know you know that you have an enemy, right? I don't think that that would surprise you. I say somebody might be confused about their sexuality, or this is possibly not a confusion. It's just that someone is part of the LGBTQ community. They're not confused about it. Somebody else might be confused about it, though. They're not sure if somebody is a part of the LGBT community or not. It seems like somebody's running their mouth. I was telling you about gossip. What's going on with Gemini? Okay. There are some plans that I feel like you're making, Gemini. Possibly about moving. This might have everything to do with a relocation. But I think that some of you, this relocation has something to do with your job. You may want to change something about your job. It just seems like this week your focus is off. Gemini, new Monday, new week, new goal. If you wait until you're ready, you'll waste the rest of your life. New Monday, new week, new goal. Okay? I think you have some type of new goal. If you wait until you're ready, you'll wait the rest of your life. So maybe this is you. Maybe you do want to move. But it's a money situation for you. Maybe even a time situation. It seems like you might be in a time crunch, Gemini. It just seems like you feel like you don't have a real strategy. Family. Maybe this is a family member that's moving. Or you're having to move, you and your family, somewhere. What's going on? Safety. So maybe you feel like you're not safe. It might be a safety issue where you are. Something is impacting your life choices. But yeah, it seems like there's something that you may need to let go of. Phantoms. There's some type of fear that you're having about something. Gemini Nation, it feels like this involves a hypothetical situation. Something hasn't happened, but it seems like that's something you're worried about. Something. Support. There could be some government support that's helping it coming in. Oh, didn't I say there's something that you're wanting to manifest? What can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know it's coming. Today's soul action. Know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. If your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra, I surrender. I accept that Acceptance was the crossing energy. I surrender. I accept that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. Okay? this week, Gemini Nation, maybe having something to do with family members or whatever the case happens to be, something about your situation is going to change. It might be your attitude about money. Okay, because it seems like you're clenching, you're holding on to everything that you have. Maybe even the change. Maybe you feel like you're down to the change, right? You feel like you only have like maybe 2 pennies to rub together. It just seems like it's a financial issue. But this week seems so similar to Aquarius, but it's your mindset. This feels like that's something that may need to change, because it seems like your mindset sets the tone about what plays out in your reality this week. You're getting some type of newfound motivation to make some new goals. And it just seems as though procrastination has been a big factor in keeping you from getting to some type of particular goal. But mainly it's your mindset. It just seems like there's something that you're after, something that you really want to take place. But it just seems like it's the hypotheticals. It's your fears that are getting in the way of making something happen. Or it's keeping you from even getting started. I think it's a broke mentality that you have too, Gemini. I think since we're talking about letting go, it just seems like that's something that you may need to surrender this week, or period, but especially this week. And find a way to get your spending in check if possible, because it seems like you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, you're going through something. I think you're trying to do everything by yourself, Gemini. You're not allowing other people in to help you. I think this is you creating boundaries. But the problem is, I don't think that they're healthy boundaries. I think they're rigid. I think that might be you afraid to maybe feel your feelings and allow your emotions to flow. You got some decisions to make. You got some scattered thinking. It seems like that's what's keeping you from executing something. This week, it feels like you find a way to redirect the energy in your life. That might be why I'm seeing this situation work your magic and manifestation. It seems like, Gemini Nation, the missing link might be that you may not realize or believe that you have more control over your situation than you may realize. Your thoughts become things, Gemini Nation, so it just feels like this is why your guides are saying it may genuinely be time to redirect your thoughts and to shift the energy around you. If there's something that you want, you have the ability to get it. But it creates a blockage with the type of scattered energy that you're in this week to be able to make that happen. So first, it feels like there's a need to realign and redirect your thoughts to the things that you want. It seems like you're focused on what you don't want to happen, not realizing that you're that strong of a manifester. And so it's kind of you in some way, Gemini Nation or Crosswatcher, might be blocking your blessings. The things that you really want in your life, you might be the blockage to that. So I said all that to say this. Some of you, it's a living situation that you want to change. Others of you, it's a work situation that you want to get out of, because it's toxic and it's surrounded by people that you want to avoid. And maybe this is you unsure about what direction to go in. Maybe you're not sure what's next for you. This is where your guys are saying alchemy. Yes. Come on, Gemini. Work your magic. I definitely feel like a lot of you Geminis are witchy, or you're connected to someone who is. Or for some of you, this is you getting some type of advice from an elder. It feels like there's an elder that might come in to give you some type of direction about something, help you to see the light about something. You definitely have a Leo. Because it looks like there's some type of broken dream that you're dealing with, sweet Gemini Nation. It seems like, and something that you feel like you haven't been able to resolve, returning. Somebody's returning to your life. Or this is you returning to the drawing board. Determination, yes. And you get some type of newfound determination to go towards something that you really want. It just seems like it's fear that's stopping you. Fear that's standing in your way, or other family members that might be in your ear trying to keep you from maybe accomplishing something, splitting apart. This is what I feel is going on in some type of relationship in your life, or for some of you, it's your job. You're splitting apart from a work situation that you might feel is no longer a thing for you. Some of you returning, maybe you're going back to an old job. Maybe. Or you're going back to an interest that you used to have. Difficulty at the beginning. Oh, maybe this is you. Difficulty at the beginning with some type of manifestation that you are trying to set out on. What is this? What's difficulty? What's difficult for you at the beginning? Gemini, enthusiasm. Maybe it's difficult for you to get enthused about something. Deliverance. It feels like your guides are trying to deliver you from something that is codependent, something is bringing you down, worrying you. I think this, for some of you, might be toxic family members. Seems like you have some better times ahead, but it seems like something that you're dealing with right now, Gemini, is like a test of your faith. But I feel like your guides are trying to deliver you from something. Something might be delivered. Also, you might be expecting a package. Spirit guides, what is this deliverance about? There's a Hermit, there's a Virgo. From a particular situation. The Eight of Swords. You feel stuck. They're delivering you from a mindset. Because like we were talking about, you're not going to manifest what you want in that state of mind. And this week, what you're meant to do is to work on manifestations, using alchemy to your advantage to manifest what you want. It's your thinking. You're shackled to some negative thinking. We talked about that. Fears, hypothetical situations, or worrying way too much about what other people are thinking, what other people are saying, okay? Because it looks like you got some naysayers, some people that may not really agree with what you're doing. But it might be that this might be due to some type of jealousy themselves. Either way, whatever the circumstances are, Gemini Nation, it seems like centering in truth. It feels like rather than focusing on the phantoms, your guys, the phantom fears, your guys are saying focus on the truth. What is the truth of the situation? What are you really capable of? It looks like your circumstances are really trying to pull that out of you this week, Gemini Nation. But no doubt about it, I think if this has something to do with a work situation, there might be some people that you don't get along with. And yeah, it seems like maybe you lack direction about how to get something started. This is the week, Gemini Nation, where I feel like you make a decision and you put together some type of a strategy, because it seems like there's some type of judgment call that your guides are trying to get you to face about something in your life, and it's about manifesting your dreams. It just seems like this week you take the focus off of your problems and you put it on your goals, yourself. This feels like this is a very self-focused week for you, but it feels like what's missing is some type of, it seems like there's some type of bad habit that you may need to part ways with. You're breaking a habit, you're breaking the cycle of something, some type of recurring situation in your life. There's some type of bad habit that I feel like you might need to break. And let's make it real. I think it's your thinking, and I think it's your time management. Because it seems like you have a genuine talent with something, but you've been putting it off. And this is the week, like I said before, you get some type of goal going. And some type of habit that you're constantly up against every week. And it's time to change it if you want to see a change in your particular situation. I also feel like there might be a situation here where there's a lot of negative inner chatter about something. I think you might be A perfectionist. I did see Virgo, so maybe that is something that you're dealing with. I think this week your guides are trying to ask you, what are your passions? What drives you? I do feel like Gemini Nation, maybe that's why I'm saying this about support. I think that you're going to need help from other people this week. It seems like things have been feeling overwhelming for you. So much is happening to you that important things are getting drowned out. 8 of emotions. Feelings and emotions. Gemini. I think it's going to be that type of week. For some of you, though, this card is talking about letting go. Maybe there are some things that you might need to let go of. Gemini. Some old issues, we established that. Some old issues that you might need to let go of in order to lay a solid plan for yourself where you feel a lot less scattered. I think that, does somebody pass, Gemini? Water sign, I guess. I meant to say the water bearer, which is Aquarius. What's going on for Gemini? It looks like, you're expressing your emotions. And it seems like these are pretty intense emotions this week, Gemini, that you are letting go of. I just honestly think that your emotions might be impacting a particular goal. So you might really benefit from scheduling some time this week with someone who genuinely supports your goals. But I think that there's someone that might be like an accountability partner for you this week that helps you stay motivated. Somebody that keeps you moving forward with some type of goal that you have. It just feels like that might be what's keeping you down. What issue I feel like you keep encountering is a financial one. You feel like you keep coming up short. That financially from maybe some bills. And that might be part of the source of your sadness. Yeah. You got some emotions to unbox this week. Some healthy boundaries to put up. But at the same time, you've separated from your soul's mission. I think for some of you, that's the confusion about what your mission is in this life. And whether or not you feel like you found your calling, I think you're going to come into alignment with that, Gemini. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces. Yes, awakening. I think this is what's going on this week. I think this is why there's such an emotional purge, night of emotions. I think this is why there's such an emotional purge, because your guides are trying to get you to let go of some things that have been bringing you down. 4 of Cups. Trust. You've been going through something. This does have something to do with what I feel could be. There's a Leo and there's definitely a Cancerian. The Lovers, Gemini. Yeah, let's make it clear. This is an emotional week for you, or an emotional week for someone around you. Somebody is schizophrenic. Somebody might have but there's definitely a depression, some type of mental health issue. You're going through it. And Gemini, if it gets too deep, or you feel like you're drowning, you may need to call on the support of other people. But it just seems like there's an emotional purge that you may need to go through. I feel like there's some emotions that you've been holding back. We talked about acceptance. So maybe it's there's a difficulty with accepting something, or this is some type of worry and anxiety that you have about something that's coming to an end. But it seems like something is not really an ending. It seems like it's actually like a positive outcome to something. What is going on with the government? Yeah, you got a change for the better that's getting ready to come in. Somebody's targeting you, Gemini. I think you find it difficult to trust people because of some things that you've gone through, because of some past choices that you made. It looks like you're going back and dealing with some unfinished tasks. Somebody passed away, and it seems like that, I don't know if it's the anniversary of someone's passing, okay, that has you feeling this way, or if this is just your regular day-to-day, or if it's just because this is a confusing time for you, you're indecisive about certain things. What's going on with Gemini? Somebody's pregnant, Gemini. This might have something to do with your mom. Disappointment, despair. Maybe something didn't turn out the way that you had hoped. Like I said, it's difficult for you to accept something. You're sad about something. Yeah, I think you do want to control the situation. You want to feel like you have control over your life, and it just feels like you don't. And it seems like what you're concerned about is success. But it seems like dreams, okay? I think you have some type of dream or aspiration. You want success, but maybe you feel like it's hard to attain, or you're having some type of difficulty, or you're up against some type of obstacle, or people around you that are creating obstacles for you in some type of way. It just seems like this is the week spirit where your spirit guides are trying to get you to come out of this. The lesson, it feels like this week, has everything to do with self-worth. And maybe feeling like you have to rush, Gemini. I heard that right before I did your reading. Slow down. There may be a need to slow down with something that you're trying. It feels like your spirit guides are coming in this week to give you information to help explain a circumstance. Or someone is. That's the purpose of someone's communication. Someone's coming in this week to maybe express loyalty and forgiveness, since we're talking about support. This might be a chance for you to voice your personal values. It's definitely a week for you to persist and be patient. It seems like there's a need to go out in nature. As you know, you're like, what is that really gonna do, Gemini? But it just really does feel like it's you got to get out of the four walls of your mind. It just seems like that's what you are constantly thinking. Your thoughts are constantly racing. It might be about certain things that you feel that you cannot change about a situation, or that somebody that's on your mind that you're really missing and you're concerned about. Honor your needs. I feel this feels like this is there's a need to recover emotionally from this. It feels like you can feel bad, Gemini, but you don't have to stay there. It feels like you can bounce back from this. This is a financial issue. This feels like formulating some type of plan and putting action behind some type of goal this week, Gemini Nation, will yield some positive results. If this is a financial situation, I feel like your guides are trying to give you some type of resolution to something, to help you get out of some type of revolving situation. I feel like there's definitely some growth coming up for you this week. Growth. Definitely feeling thyroid. This wasn't supposed to turn into a health reading. Back problems. I think there's a lot of tension in your back. You're having a lot of tension, headaches. And I promise you got something going on with your neck too. And that's like thyroid. You have something going on with your neck, your back. I feel like it has something to do with money issues in your household. You might have an issue going on with circulation, but it just seems like you have a lot of tension in your body. And you may need to take some time, serenity, accept certain things that you cannot change. That's the crossing energy, is acceptance. Some things, it seems like Gemini Nation, you may need to just chalk it up as a learning experience. Maybe certain things happened and that was how you needed to learn a certain lesson along your journey. But it seems like your guides are trying to get you to grow past old situations and to listen to your intuition about certain people that are around you or that are in your energy this week. Because Gemini Nation, it definitely looks like there's a snake around you. This is the week, though, Gemini, where your guides are trying to get you to move forward from some type of emotion or situation that has been debilitating you in some type of way. Or someone around you, a young child, to connect with people that you trust, to talk about how you're feeling and adapt to some type of changes that are taking place. Because we talked about change. There's some type of positive change coming to your situation, but it feels like there's something that you may need to do. It might be you're implementing personal boundaries with something. Healing. We talked about healing and recovery. Maybe you're going through some type of surgery. Bless all in need of healing, help, and love. Spirit, grant us strength and wisdom. Guide us to the path of wellness. I think maybe you haven't been feeling well. Maybe this is you in some type of physical pain, Gemini. Maybe this pain is debilitating. Anticipation, something wonderful is happening. Change is in the air. Open yourself to blessings on their way. That's what I feel is getting ready to come in. I promise you, if you're not dealing with a Leo, or there's just a Leo that's heavily highlighted in your energy this week, something wonderful is happening. It might be difficult for you to see it, Gemini Nation, in the mental space that you're in. But I think, Gemini Nation, you are on the receiving end of some good news. So this week, your guys are saying, trust your inner guidance. Don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. Yeah. I think you have some type of aspiration. Yes. And the angels are healing. Angels of healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. Okay. It looks like healing to your body or some type of situation is coming in. This is it. Listening to wisdom, receiving. You're receiving a message from your spirit guides. You have a lot of reference here to birds. Maybe there's a lot of birds around you. Or maybe this is how your spirit guides are showing up this week in the form of birds. And I say it's necessary to get away, rebirth, and reinvention. Regeneration, rebirth. So overall energy. You may need to go to the ocean, Gemini. You may need a spiritual cleanse. But yeah, it looks like your spirit guides, it's time to wash away some old emotional debris, some things that have been holding you back. Some things may need to come to an end. Meditation for clarity. It seems like you've mastered distraction this week. It seems like it's time to focus, and it may start with meditation, especially with you going through this awakening. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith the source will help heal your financial challenges. We talked about that, Gemini. It seems like you've been up against the wall financially, and it seems like it's difficult for you to kind of find your way, or you're moving into the unknown, and that's something that's just really frustrating you. It's indecision. It's not feeling like you know the truth when it comes to someone around you. But I promise you, Gemini Nation, your determination is what's going to see you through this week. Yeah, you do have some people that are trying to block you, create obstacles for you, I feel. But I feel like it might be you on some level. Perfectionism. Your spirit is coming in to help heal help you heal from some type of financial challenges. I do feel like money is coming your way this week. There's some money that I feel like you've been anticipating or waiting for, Gemini. It comes in, and let's make it very clear. Nature and the ocean, water. It's time to clear your mind. Even though, Gemini, it might seem like it's a trivial thing to go outside, you might need some time to really clear your head and to clear some negative energy off of you, I feel, Gemini Nation. It may lift your mood. It might. Gemini, yeah, clarity. It might give you some clarity. I also feel like you might be having some body image issues too. I think you might get some clarity about how to get to this success that maybe you feel like you're chasing, but feel like you, in some type of way, you might feel like it's unattainable. But I think there's some type of mental shift that takes place for you this week, Gemini, if you allow it to. Yeah, it just seems like this week is definitely the week to take action. You feel the need to, you gotta be dealing with an Aquarius. Please excuse the appearance of my card, but flexibility. Adapt. We talked about that. Gently flow through the turbulence. Life has the ability to shape you, bend, do not break. I think you've been going through a hard time. Like I said, it's meant to be a learning experience. And in the end, it's meant to reinvent you. You're changing. It's time for some type of change to take place. And it would be pointless to kind of fight the changes, because something this week is going to require you to be flexible. It's going to cause you to have to dig in and make some changes. Some of them might be uncomfortable, Gemini, but your guys are saying don't settle for less. You have been in some type of way because you have not let go of certain things, and they're holding you back in a lot of different ways, Gemini Nation. And this is the week that I feel like you might be deciding to let go of that, Gemini or cross-watcher. That, Gemini Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. If you like my content, Gemini Nation, and you're looking for more, subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you hit the post notification bell. If you do decide to subscribe, add me on Instagram and TikTok. Feel free to leave a comment below, Gemini Nation. You never know how your bravery and honesty may help another in the comments. Thank you, Gemini Nation, for deciding to spend this time with me this week. Have a beautiful, peaceful, and productive week, Gemini Nation. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, Gems.